Hello everyone, Charcoal here, and before I start I want to give a few updates. It's been a while since my last video, and there's a reason for that. I took a break for the month of May to focus on my schoolwork, but I am officially done with classes and I graduate high school very soon. As for the channel, the Dangerous Gift Review became this channel's first video to hit 5,000 views, and we passed 300 subscribers. Thanks a bunch for that. Anyway, welcome to the start of a new series on my channel, sort of a subgenre of the discussion videos, and in this series I will be asking one simple question. What if the SkyWing egg in the prologue of Book 1 survived? How does changing this one event affect the events of the books we know and love? Today is part 1 of the answer. I'll be making a video for each book in at least the first arc, haven't decided if I'm going to do the second yet, and I will be dubbing this series the Falcon AU. You'll see why in a minute. Let's set the scene. It's the Book 1 prologue, and Vidar is escaping with the egg of the SkyWing Dragonet of Destiny when he is stopped by Princess Byrne. Byrne yeets him and the egg off a cliff, and both the egg and Vidar's bones shatter upon hitting the cold hard ground below. Kestrel shows up a little while later, briefly mourns the dead baby, and returns to her fellow guardians to deliver the bad news. This is what happened in the original timeline. In our version, Kestrel is spying at the bottom of the cliff when Vidar and the egg are thrown over. She is not able to save Vidar, he is still very dead, but she is able to catch the egg. A simple case of Kestrel being in the right place at the right time, and the SkyWing egg has now been saved. The catalyst for the butterfly effect that is this new timeline. And what is the resulting Dragonet called? She will be named Falcon, hence where this AU gets its name. And because of the events of the first book, it will no longer be about Clay, but Falcon herself. Let's get started. Fast forward 6 years and we reach the present day, starting with the most obvious change. Since the SkyWing egg was saved, Glory is no longer there. Clay, Tsunami, Starflight, and Sunny though remain intact. Before talking about Falcon herself, I need to mention Kestrel. With Falcon and Kestrel both being SkyWings, Kestrel sees Falcon as a sort of second chance at raising a Dragonet, and the two of them form a strong mother-daughter relationship. Because Kestrel is giving a lot of her attention to Falcon, Falcon doesn't spend as much time with the other Dragonets, and while she does still love them and care about them like siblings, she ends up becoming the antisocial grumpy one in place of Glory. There is, however, one crucial difference. Falcon has been receiving all that battle training Kestrel was trying to give Clay in the original timeline. It didn't work on Clay because he's a cinnamon roll, not a fighter, but Falcon very much is a fighter. This results in her being very strong and very aggressive. Then Morrowseer shows up. In the original timeline, he was okay with Clay, Tsunami, and Starflight, iffy on Sunny, and wanted Glory dead. In this timeline, we add Falcon to the okay list. Glory is of course not present, and Morrowseer instead wants Sunny dead. His rationale is basically, dang it guys, you were this close to getting them right. Whatever, throw out the runt, I have a replacement anyway. Just like the original timeline, Tsunami attacks Morrowseer and gets chained up for being disobedient, and Clay gets sent to the outside world to open the cave door and let the others out. The others later free Tsunami, but instead of going after Clay, Tsunami stays to protect Sunny. Sunny doesn't have an easy method of hiding like Glory did, so Kestrel is going after her a lot sooner. Tsunami, Starflight, and Falcon are now the only things standing between Sunny and certain death. This is when Falcon starts to feel conflicted. Does she stand up for her friends and protect Sunny, or does she remain loyal to her mother figure who taught her everything she knows and she basically owes her life to? Falcon is put on the spot and forced to choose, but before she can make a decision, knock knock, it's Clay. And then it's Queen Scarlet. Webbs escapes, Dune dies, and Kestrel and the Dragonets are captured. The next change is that Peril is now interested in Falcon instead of Clay, wondering how loyal she'll be to their tribe and, more importantly, their queen. The two are hesitant to trust each other, and it certainly doesn't help when Falcon witnesses Horizon's death and now knows how dangerous Peril really is. The next fight in the original timeline was Clay versus Fjord, but in this one, Clay is again swapped out for Falcon. Scarlet sees potential in Falcon and wants to test her to see if she could possibly become the Queen's new champion. Falcon does not hesitate to kill Fjord, and Scarlet is left very pleased. Kestrel's trial happens as normal, Byrne shows up, and Tsunami versus Gil happens as normal. Next is Tsunami vs Starflight, except Scarlet once again sends in Falcon instead of Starflight. This is another test to see if Falcon is willing to turn on her friends. Falcon figures that the others probably hate her because of what happened with Sunny, and if this is do or die, she may as well fight. Much to Scarlet's pleasure, she starts attacking Tsunami. Tsunami scolds her for her actions with Sunny, Fjord, and now her, but all it does is make Falcon angrier. Falcon argues that she literally owes her life to Kestrel and she doesn't want to disappoint her by being a coward and refusing to fight. Tsunami argues back, saying that she shouldn't let one dragon decide who she is, and it's starting to work. Falcon stops attacking, but before anyone can do anything else, the Nightwings show up for Starflight. Since he's still chained up in this version, a guard has to unlock the chains to let him go. Falcon watches the whole ordeal and notices Starflight pickpocketing the guard's keys and passing them to Clay before flying off. They have the tools they need, but with the Nightwings now having left, they need another distraction to escape. Her fun now being ruined, Scarlet pulls Tsunami out of the arena and sends in Peril to face Falcon, declaring that the winner will be her champion. This both tips Falcon off that Scarlet is using both of them, and it gets Peril pretty fired up, pun entirely intended, at the prospect of someone replacing her. In the original timeline, Clay saw Peril as the monster he could have become if he had made some different choices. In this timeline, Falcon realizes Peril is the monster that she is dangerously close to becoming. Falcon dodges most of Peril's attacks and eventually gets through to her, saying basically what Tsunami told her, that she shouldn't let Scarlet dictate who she is. This is enough to get her to stop fighting. Now this is where the biggest change of the book happens. In the original, this was the iconic moment where Glory melts Scarlet's face with her venom, but again, no Glory, so no Queen Melty Face. When Scarlet yells at the two to continue the fight, Peril flies up to the balcony and starts attacking Scarlet, albeit never actually landing a blow. Still, every guard in the palace is called to defend the Queen, and Clay takes advantage of the commotion to free himself and Tsunami. The two of them undo Falcon's wing bindings, and the trio heads inside to free Sunny and Kestrel. Peril is able to buy enough time for Kestrel and the Dragonets to escape, but she is captured, her fate left unknown. Because, I'll be honest, even I don't know what to do with her yet. Point is, Scarlet is still in power. It's only the first book, and we're already veering way off the path. After escaping the palace, Kestrel provides her usual exposition and leaves. Starflight comes back, and this is where another major change happens. Instead of just visiting the Mud Kingdom to meet Clay's family, they decide they should lay low there for a while. With Scarlet still in charge, the SkyWings will be hunting them a lot more ferociously, so they need to find a place to hide as soon as possible. And the Mud Kingdom just happens to be closest. The book ends with them heading to the Mud Kingdom, and that is it. Until Kestrel dies horrifically in the epilogue, but we don't have to talk about that. I know this book didn't change too drastically, but trust me, that's going to change in the next few. But yeah, that just about does it. Before I end the video, I want to go through some fan art I received, because they're all amazing, and I just need to show them off. We've got some headshots by Foam Song, Spoopy Durgan, Jackzoon, and B Waifu, and my personal favorite piece, this one by Paradox. If any of you five are watching, thank you all so much. And if any of the rest of you want to submit your own fan art, you can join my Discord server at the link in the description. And with that, this has been Wings of Charcoal, and I will see you all in the next video.